Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through my, thoughts and my predictions, especially with Constable and how I think he is a very, very high chance of being dropped, especially with him being named on the bench. And last week he was actually named on ground when they had the extended squad. So it's pushing and pushing closer towards him being dropped, and that could change a lot of plans, including my plans, I guess, and my trades and how they'll change. And I'll go through that and show you the trade that I have, or two trades that I have lined up now with him most likely being out. So before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe, and let's really grow this channel before other things come out in the form of AFL 23, and that should help grow the channel even more, and other cricket games and stuff like that when that cricket season swings into full gear. So now on to this, and we go over here, and you'll see here he's named on the bench. And I was looking through this initially and I thought, oh, he's fine because there's no defenders. And then I forgot Will Powell's an actual defender. I was thinking about Powell from North Melbourne. I forgot his first name. I think it's Tom Powell, and he's a mid forward, but Will Powell's a defender, and especially he's also a smaller defender. He's smaller in that he plays the same position of distribution role as Charlie Constable. So I have a feeling Charlie Constable's either going to be the sub or he's going to be dropped. Now I'm like 60% confident he's dropped. There still is a chance that he is named, but it's a very high chance that he is dropped. So if I just do that needs to be adjusted a little bit. There we go. So that's my own thoughts with him. Obviously here I've got the break-evens for defenders, and I can flick this the other way. Does it work? No. For order, lowest first. There we go. That should work. And he's the third best defender for break-even. So there are ways that you can get to guys that have really good break-evens, such as Stocker has a really good break-even. I've thought about him. You could use Day as an example, wherever he is. Whoopsie, not that. Day, he's sitting at 39 break even, and so he's a very good value pick. Or I think the next pick that you can go to is straight up to day cost and really, really hammer home that get in another fancy player. So with these, these were my initial trades. Now if Constable is named, these will be the trades that I do. But if Constable isn't named, oh man, I'm gonna have to how do I do this? So I gotta put so it was Setterfield, so I gotta do that, and then something like Setterfield. So I need to get him into edit trade. Not that trade. Edit this trade. I think I should be fine from this. To reverse trade. No, apparently I cannot reverse trade that. I can reverse trade that, and surely I can. Yeah, there we go. So that's there we go. That's my now back to my original team from round 2, pretty much. And so the first action I'm gonna show to you is how I can get up to day cost. So day cost, boom, make that trade, save it, 114k left, and then there's Domsheed up to Setterfield, which I can do, and then just have Tanner Bruin on the bench and have Mackenzie on field. So that is an option that I've got to weigh up in the an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes before teams come out, and then the hour or so that we get before first game. It's 3 hours and 7 minutes. So yeah, I have I want to lock these in about 15-20 minutes beforehand, so I have about 3 hours just under to get these trades in. And then second option is to go, I have 114k left, so if I do this and I go midfielder, I can get Setterfield, and I think that is the trade that I want to make if it is the case that we do have a little bit of a conundrum with Constable. But then again, Constable's being the one that's getting out, so then again, I don't want that. So now we got to look through trades with Constable being out and defenders, all prices, players I can afford, and you land straight back on Stocker. So I guess Stocker would be the one that I want, given that he's going to be out. And then also I just want to look at midfielders. If I reverse this Stocker one and I go all prices, players I can afford, is there anyone here that I really like the look of? Not really, being honest with you. Last game, Saligo highest out of them, and then I go into the forwards, and there isn't anyone as well that I'm really comfortable in playing. And I don't really need a forward. So we go down to the defenders and we go to Stocker and you lock him in there. So basically those would be my trade if I wanted to get Dacos in, as that would leave me 24k left. I'd get Dacos, I'd get Stocker, and I'd have a pretty good backline come round 6 with Sheasel coming back there and sort of filling that out. So that would be really good. And then if you want to not get Dacos and you want to go with Setterfield, if I reverse these trades, because it should be pretty simple. And then I go, so my main goal would be getting Duggan out. And I need a sort of defender. That's the only problem with this at the moment, is that I need another defender here. And I don't really have that defender without Wilmot playing on field. So I'd have to sacrifice giving Liam Duggan another week. So if I was to get Setterfield, so I think it'd be better to get the likes of Duggan out, unless I was to go Dom Sheed and get him up to, I could do this and Dom Sheed, and I believe this just works. Setterfield, and then 534k to get a defender in Stocker. And is this going to line up properly? Yes. So that is another option that I've got. And that's that option. And then it goes, so I've got Setterfield in green. I just miss out on Dacos this week, and I get him next week when I go Duggan and probably Tanner Bruin to a rookie and a really high defender, and that'll get me close enough to what I want, I guess. So there's that option. And yeah, there's also, I guess, there's not really an option anyway to change my forwards around at the moment. I think it is just sort of we're looking for backline replacements, and if we go all positions, defender, all prices, 900k, there's no defender at the moment. 800k, there's no defender that I actually really like at all, except for Dacos, sorry. And I guess Ryan is there. I don't like the role Brayshaw's got at the moment. Dawson's doing all right, averaging 96, but I don't think there's much upside. And I think Sicily's just going to have 130 games followed by 80 games, so he's going to be very, very inconsistent. And I just don't like the Roller Sinclair. He's relied too much on Saints building up a big margin to kick in the final quarter, so I don't like him. 700k range, this is when you have the likes of Daniel, just had a shocking game last night. Redmayne's pretty good. I think he's an option that you could get. Hayden Young I wouldn't touch for a little bit. Stewart's a guy that I'm looking into as well, so if I can get, I guess, Dacos, and then also be able to flip Chandler, Bruin, and like Philippou and get the cash up to change those guys out for I guess a guy in here, then I can move Jinby into the midfield and hopefully move someone else up forward, and that'll really help with my splits. I really wish I had a midfield forward in this midfield to help out with that stuff, but that'll help. Or I can just get Stewart in. Actually, that will work properly. I can just get Stewart in and use like Uland as get him onto the bench or get him out, and that can be my last defender spot, and roll with Harry Sheasel up forward as well, and that'll leave me 5, 2, 4, and 6 defenders that I'm pretty happy with. But that's looking way into the future. If we look into the 600k range, there isn't really anyone that I'm happy with. I guess Hill sort of, but we'd need to see more sample size out of him. If we look at the averages for the guys here, Cox, I just don't like how he can be chucked forward at a moment's notice, and really you don't know how he's going to score. 500k range, there's Core Lever. Oh wait, 600k range, there is Day as well. You got to remember that. And I do actually, now looking at the averages, I actually do like the look of Noble. Yes, he might not have the best games just because of the way Collingwood play, but I think if he was actually at another system, he would really work well, and he'd be a 110 type of defender just with the way he's really good by foot from what I've seen, and he's just able to, I guess, in another system, he'd get a lot more marks and +6s. So that's really my discussion, I guess, on Charlie Constable at the moment, and how basically I'm going to be targeting one of Setterfield or Dacos this week. I think it's a must for me. It would be great if I could get, I guess, both, but I don't think that's feasible if Constable doesn't play. If he does play, then I might actually roll with Tanner Bruin on the bench and get both Dacos and Setterfield in and sort of figure out what I can do later. So that's the video there. I will switch back to this screen. So hopefully this video gets up in time and has enough time to, I guess, get out to people before the teams are named. It's probably only going to have like 40 minutes or so by the time it gets uploaded. But I'll see you guys in another video. There will be playlists up above, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.